have been working with Books to Prisoners for about 18 months now, and the activity we're engaged in right now is a huge book sale. This is one of 2 book sales, or sometimes 3, that we have yearly in order to raise money for postage and for dictionaries, which we send to prisoners. It's a big undertaking, but it recycles books through the community, reminds the community that we're here and that they can continue to donate books, and makes a little bit of money for our program, which is all volunteers.
Hi, my name is Nilufar Shambayati. I'm a volunteer at Books to Prisoners, Champaign-Urbana. And the way we do it is that we usually receive letters from inmates, and some of them have specific requests. Some of them are looking for different genres, so we try to match their request with the collection that we have as best as we can.
Steve Carmody. I'm a first-year graduate student in Library and Information Science. Through the Library Science program, I became affiliated with Ann Bishop and her work with the Community Informatics Corps. I kind of chose to help UC Books to Prisoners because I thought the idea was pretty cool that Illinois inmates could write into a program and request books, and people from the community could donate their old books and have them recycled.
So I'm Noah Lenstra, and I'm here at the Books to Prisoners Spring Book Sale. Books to Prisoners, I've been working here since about November. I got involved when a friend of mine told me about the program, and I thought it was a really interesting idea to send books to prisoners, just because just what I had read about prison libraries and heard about, it seemed like they weren't really adequate for the needs of prisoners, and it seems like there needed to be more types of rehabilitation going on in prisons, and I thought that books were a good means to that.
I think most people that volunteer here, are avid readers, or have certainly gotten a lot out of books and literature throughout their life or whatever, and it's something it's a way that it's kind of a bond that all people like to read kind of have that in common.
We have volunteers doing different things, answering letters, entering data into the computers, packaging, and we also send books, take books actually to the county jail, and recently started a library at the satellite jail. So we are just kind of expanding our works, but we totally depend on volunteers.
This semester, what I've been working on mostly is just a project on a volunteer manual, just because we let anyone come in to volunteer at Books to Prisoners. That we try to keep it as open as possible, and we have different times, so it's easy for people at different times. We have 3 different times where people can just stop by and volunteer. But I thought that maybe a little bit more structure would be helpful.
Normally what I do is I work down in the workroom in the basement of the Independent Media Center, and we answer letters from prisoners. You look around at the people that come out to volunteer for Books to Prisoners. You've got undergraduate students, sometimes you have high schoolers. You've got a woman who's probably 80 years old, that comes in here, she's very active and stuff like that. So it runs the gambit, men, women, people of all walks of life that can kind of come together and say, hey, this is a good cause. What I've gotten out of it personally is maybe just kind of understanding about the prison system a little bit. I think that I think most people realize that there's a lot of prisoners, in America. There's 2 million plus or something like that. But unless you have maybe a family member that's in jail or prison, you might not think about that a whole lot. It might be something that's in the back of your mind. And this is a good way, I think, for members of the community here to say, hey, we haven't forgotten about you. People might be in jail doing crime and stuff like that, but you're still human beings.
It's very close to my heart because I feel that prisoners, no matter what their crimes had been, are still part of our communities, our society, and many of them come back to the outside world. And I feel that by keeping some level of contact with them, we help them to reintegrate in the society better.
I really like the idea of trying to connect prisoners back into the larger community, because I mean prisons exist to a certain extent that like isolate them as much as possible, but like I don't think it's really helpful for them to be isolated. It's not going to help them when they return to society to be isolated like that. So I like the idea of just feeling connected. Like that personally, it's a strong feeling that I really enjoy.